Hey guys, it's Chris here. How are you doing? I hope you're all well. I've had the DJI Mavic Pro for 6 months now, so I thought it would be a good time to do a short review of my experience of the DJI Mavic Pro to date and give you guys a bit of an insight into some of the pros and cons of owning the DJI Mavic Pro. Why did I buy the Mavic? Quite simply, because of its compact footprint. How they managed to fit the level of technology that we have in this drone into such a small footprint really is an engineering masterpiece, and I'm sure that they will further refine the Mavic Pro in the Mavic 2 or whatever they call it when it comes out. For me, it was all around the portability of this drone. It is so small, the legs unfold, and within minutes you can arrive at site and you can have the drone in the air and be up there getting the shots that you need. The drone has a 3-axis stabilized gimbal and camera which shoots up to 4K 30 frames per second. It will also shoot 1080 at 60 frames per second, and you can also shoot in 2.7K up to 30 frames per second as well. So for me, starting out and finding my feet in this new hobby, this thing has been absolutely fantastic. I'm addicted to flying this thing. I'm really proud of the footage that I've managed to achieve with this drone, and with more experience I'm getting better and better at getting really nice cinematic shots. One absolute necessity if you're going to own a drone such as this is to buy some neutral density filters. So the neutral density filters make a huge difference to the quality of your video. Without them, you'll find that on a very bright day your shutter speed will go through the roof. You will not be able to get nicely exposed shots with a shutter speed that is relevant for the frames per second that you are shooting the video in. So I shoot in 4K 24 frames per second. I always want that shutter speed to be rounded up 1/50th, and you can only achieve that on a very sunny day with something like an ND32 or even an ND64 filter in certain occasions. So again, I can't stress enough, if you want to get really nice cinematic shots, make an investment into some ND filters. I purchased the Taco ND filter set for the Mavic. They come in a lovely case, and I have an ND4, an ND8, an ND16 and an ND32 filter, and they work absolutely brilliant. They also help to vastly reduce sun glare to the point that I actually gave away my Mavic Pro sun hood recently on my YouTube channel because I just didn't need it once I got the filters. So those are some really good points. Some negative points. The camera is great, but it's not brilliant. It's not on par with, say, the DJI Phantom 4. The Mavic camera seems to suffer quite badly with compression in certain scenarios. The only workaround I've found is to bring up the sharpness on the camera. Anything below 0 is terrible. You get a real kind of porridge effect going on. When you're flying over trees, for example, the detail is lost. By increasing the sharpness to 0 or +1, I tend to shoot in +1, helps to alleviate the issue somewhat, but again, it's not perfect. Secondly, it's 4K you can shoot at 30 frames per second. It would be really great in the DJI Mavic 2 or whatever they call it, if they can get that up to 60 frames per second. That would be absolutely fantastic. The only other issue I have with it is during firmware updates or after a firmware update, DJI reset all of your settings that you've put in. So again, you have to go in and you have to dial back in your EXP settings for the rate control of yaw and stuff like that. It also resets your return to home altitude, and you need to go in and check various other settings like obstacle avoidance and things like that. So just be wary that when you do a firmware update, you could take off and not have your return to home altitude set, and that could lead to issues in the future. Anyway, I hope that's been useful. I can't say enough about this drone. If you're new to drones and you're looking to get one, this is a perfect choice. It's very easy to fly, you get great quality shots, and it's an absolute blast in sports mode as well. Anyway, hope that's been useful, guys. Nice talking to you again, and I'll catch up with you very soon.